A tragic incident occurred in the capital city of Nanchang, Jiangxi Province in eastern China, where two elderly individuals and a child perished after falling from their apartment on Sunday morning. The apartment suffered severe damage due to the impact of strong winds. This incident is part of a series of unfortunate events as a severe natural disaster, including significant thunderstorms, swept through the area from March 30th to April 2nd. To date, a total of 4 individuals have been confirmed dead and approximately 12 others have been injured. The China National Meteorological Center has issued an orange alert indicating that this extreme weather condition is expected to continue for 2 more days. The areas heavily affected by this disaster include Chongqing, Guizhou, Hunan, Fujian, Guangdong, and Shaanxi. Strong winds were recorded at a peak speed of 17.2 to 28.4 meters per second in the city of Nanchang, causing substantial damage to infrastructure, toppling greenhouses, trees, and lampposts. The force of the wind also made many high-rise building windows unable to withstand and suffered severe damage. Across social media platforms, a slew of videos has been shared capturing a chaotic scene caused by the storm, including images of shattered windows and more than 1,600 trees uprooted, along with the cars crushed under debris. Although the Nanchang County Emergency Department issued a yellow alert at 11 p.m. on March 30th and upgraded it to an orange alert at 3 a.m. the following day, many residents were still unprepared and were caught off guard when the storm hit while they were asleep. Meteorological experts have determined that the wind strength was amplified by a weather phenomena known as a downburst, in which cold air moves forcefully downward from thunderclouds, creating extremely strong wind currents when it hits the ground. The proximity of the high-rise buildings also exacerbated the situation as they created a wind tunnel effect, increasing the wind speed and its destructive potential. Meanwhile, some perspectives based on religious beliefs suggest that the recent disasters in China could be signs of God's wrath, reminding us of the approaching end of days. We invite you to share your opinions in the comments section to discuss together and seek solutions to prevent and minimize damage from such natural disasters in the future. At least 2 people were unfortunate to lose their lives in the natural disaster that struck Beijing on July 31st, while many public activities were severely affected. The rainfall measured in the city center exceeded 550 millimeters, an unprecedented figure in the history of this billion-populated country. Persistent heavy rain over several days led to flash floods and inundation into the suburban and mountainous areas of the northwest of Beijing. Communication was disrupted across vast areas. The murky floodwaters flowed fiercely on the roads, with cars drifting like boats despite the fierce currents sweeping them away. The city issued a red alert, the highest warning level for floods, and requested residents to move to higher ground to avoid unnecessary harm. The president of China called for a comprehensive search and rescue for those missing or trapped due to the floods and geological disasters, and also issued directives on flood prevention and disaster relief. In some areas with strong current, rescue vehicles were unable to reach the affected spots. The rescuers had to use specialized vehicles to save people from the clutches of death. The damage is incalculable. As the floodwaters receded, no one could recognize their beloved vehicles, for the force of nature had turned them into piles of rubble, as if they were just crushed toys. The residents are in great dismay about their livelihoods, with all the essential goods being wet from the flood, and the scarcity of clean water also poses a challenge to the current authorities. Initial estimates put the city's damages at millions of dollars, and it will take at least a week for the floodwaters to recede completely before people's lives can begin to return to normal. The power of Mother Nature sometimes far exceeds human understanding and the ability to cope, reminding us of our humble place in the vast universe. Storms, floods, and earthquakes not only destroy infrastructure, but also make humans face immeasurable and uncontrollable forces. We, in our daily lives with personal concerns, often forget that we are merely temporary guests on this planet, and when nature becomes furious, its power can erase all traces of our existence and creativity in an instant. Faced with the majestic and unpredictable power of nature, we need to act swiftly. Learn, prepare, and respect the environment around us to minimize risks and protect our lives and the community against natural disasters. Also on July 31st, Hailstorm Province witnessed devastating scenes due to sudden floods and landslides, submerging residents' homes. Many bridges could not withstand the force of the current and were swept away, isolating people from the outside world. Initial reports indicated that up to 14 people perished in this flood, with some residents reported missing. Amidst rising water levels upstream, hydroelectric dams were forced to open spillways to reduce pressure, a heartbreaking but necessary measure to prevent greater disaster. Villagers, exhausted by the natural calamity, now can only hope for the assistance of rescue forces, a frail plea in the plight not unlike hell on earth. This disaster also serves as a dire warning about the severe consequences of the human environmental destruction. Uncontrolled exploitation and deforestation have increased climate instability, leading to extreme weather phenomena like floods. Jiangxi, a major urban center in southwest China, also issued warnings about a risk of flash floods at the end of July, as relentless rain threatened to cause widespread flooding along many rivers. Due to the rising water levels, more than 2,600 people had to evacuate their homes, and streets were severely flooded. Many roads were submerged under a sea of water, with some places flooded up to 1.5 meters deep. The scenes on the streets transformed into a river as strong currents sweeping away the possessions of people. Health experts have raised alarms about the risks of disease outbreaks following the floods, emphasizing that dirty water and high humidity create favorable conditions for bacteria and viruses to thrive. They are calling for the community to be vigilant and strictly adhere to personal hygiene measures, as well as prepare preventative actions such as vaccination and the use of clean water medication. The rise of infectious diseases after floods is an undeniable reality, requiring meticulous preparation and rapid response from both citizens and health agencies. Prolonged heavy rain has raised the water levels of rivers in Nanchang and Hebei, posing a serious threat to the cities downstream, while storms continue to ravage many areas in East Asia. According to state media, over 1 million people have had to evacuate their homes in Hebei Province to seek safety. Officials warn that it may take a month for the water to recede in some areas. Homes, cars, and possessions are all submerged in floodwaters. Rain from the remnants of the storm began to hit the northern province, home to 75 million people, and nearby cities in Beijing and Taizhen since last weekend, leading to severe flooding that has trapped residents. The storm brought the heaviest rainfall that Beijing has experienced in the past 140 years, marking a significant test to the region's ability to handle severe weather, which experts warn will become more frequent due to climate change. Rescue forces are also striving to bring all residents to safety. Intriguingly, there is an image of a lone white dog bravely battling the flood atop a drifting rooftop. What do you think will happen to the dog? Please leave your comments below. Typhoon Koinu began sweeping through the southernmost rural areas of Taiwan on Thursday, enveloping the region in torrential rain and bringing record wind speeds of over 340 kilometers per hour to the remote island. The wind gusts are seemingly the third strongest recorded globally. The weather forecasting agency told AFP that the maximum wind gust of 95.2 meters a second measured on Orchid Island last night sets a new record for Taiwan. The heaviest rain is occurring along the mountainous and sparsely populated areas of Pingtung County in the south and the coastal districts of Taitung and Hualien in the east. But the storm will also impact major southern port of the city of Kaohsiung. The scene here looks like a long-neglected heap of ruins. The storm has affected the important southern port city of Kaohsiung, while the island's capital and financial market locale, Taipei, is marked safe and operating as usual. The United Arab Emirates is experiencing unstable weather conditions since yesterday and throughout the day due to heavy rain and fierce storms attacking the country with strong winds and sandstorms. Chaos is unfolding here. Numerous objects are also being tossed about in the sky. According to the National Meteorological Center, areas of the UAE such as Dubai and Abu Dhabi and Al Ain have endured heavy rain and strong winds on Saturday, with the unsettled weather expected to continue into next week. Many areas of the UAE have witnessed torrential downpours leading to formation of flash floods inundating main streets in numerous cities. This has resulted in the unusual travel disruptions, while the Civil Defense Agency warns the residents to be cautious. A massive storm has caused flooding and widespread disruptions across England's regions. In North Cadbury, Somerset, several homes have been evacuated as 18 houses in the village were submerged in water. Eyewitnesses also reported torrential rain in Devon, with walls of water appearing after the afternoon flood. The site of the roads now all resemble flowing rivers. A resident in Somerset described the heavy rainfall as the worst rain in Somerset in the past 20 years. The highway team of Devon County Council said that they have received reports of standing water across the county due to the heavy rain. They further stated that there have been issues in Exeter due to the flooding and trapped vehicles. A wave of cold air swept through central Iowa from late Wednesday to Thursday, causing strong to severe storms, including high winds, hail, and a few tornadoes. While western regions of Iowa were also affected by the severe weather on Wednesday night. The town of Malvern endured several hailstorms, resulting in broken windows and leaving residents shaken, facing the harsh weather. Just after 6 p.m., alarms in Malvern began to sound, a noise with which the local residents are not typically familiar. Heavy rain occurred in some areas in the city of Mecca, Saudi Arabia, causing flooding. After heavy rain, floods swept through the streets of Mecca early on Friday morning, causing damage to property and vehicles. A video clip of the flood shows vehicles being swept away by the water while some main roads were blocked. Mecca endured torrential rain throughout Thursday night and into Friday morning. The National Meteorological Center issued a weather warning in Mecca Province on Friday as rain continued to fall to moderate to severe levels. Please leave your discussion comments below the video comments section. Thank you very much for your keen interest, follow-up, and enthusiastic support. Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel. For now, we say goodbye and look forward to seeing you in our next videos. Wishing everyone a warm day with your family.